right. Well, hello, everyone. I recognize all the names on here, but because this is recorded, I have to start with this. Hi, I'm Alana. I'm the Director of Education and Coaching at Keller Williams Legacy and Capital Properties. Um, Today's topic is all about finding business. And as we just said, for those just coming in, if you don't know how to find business, you will never have business. So I want to start this. I want to kind of open this up with a question. Okay, so you can come off of mute, you can throw this in the chat box. But if I told you, okay, so if I come on here and I tell all of you, you had to find one person who might buy or sell real estate in the next 30 days, and you couldn't spend money on leads or anything like that, where would you look?
I would look at my family and my hand dance community.
What was the second thing you said?
Hand dance community, sphere of influence.
Got it. Sphere of influence. All right. Where else?
I'm going to other homeowners because they may know someone that wants to be in their neighborhood or area.
All right. So friends and family, homeowners, canvassing neighborhoods. What else? For those just joining, the question is if I told you you had to find one person who might buy or sell real estate in the next 30 days, where would you look? Okay, Larry said expireds. Okay. They raised their hand. They already said they want to sell. Where else? Spit the things out. Where else would we look? Where else would we go? Think outside the box a little.
Hi, Alana.
Hey,
Hi, I'm in my car, so I'm going to put myself on mute as well, okay?
no problem. Be
Uh,
safe.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have friends, we have family, we have homeowners, we have expireds. Where else? Anybody gonna do an open house? That could be
Yes.
one. All right. Um, Social media maybe for those who want to. Networking groups, and I don't mean real estate networking groups, I just mean groups in general.
What was the question?
So the question was if I told you that you had to find one person, so all of you have to find one person who might buy or sell real estate in the next 30 days, where would you look? Right, so this is like the kicker. Oh, shoot, I think I froze. Hold on. I'm in a different location today, and I hope the Wi-Fi is okay. Um, so why did I start with that question and word it that way? What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's because if we make I'm on a 50-week plan. So if I make my 50-week calls and I use these ideas to reach folks to grow my command, that's my secretary, Miss Command,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm looking at having business in the next 3 to 6 months. I know October things start to slow down. Things will pick up January, February. But if I do the work now, my goal is to have clients, buyers or sellers, or especially cultivate them during that slow period.
Mm-hmm. So now there's two things you just said. Thank you, Michelle. There's two things you just said I want to point out. Number one is Michelle just said business slows down. I have a friend who had 23 closings in December. Did her business slow down? So I want you to rethink that statement. Business doesn't slow down. Agents slow down. And it's the agents who, and we'll talk more about this as we get more towards the end of September, into especially October, into November. We have a lot of like special sessions, like holiday sessions we do like for trainings. We like turn our trainings into like a different type of training towards like the mid-October all the way through the end of the year. And it's all about working the holidays, like how do you attack it? Um, so be careful of that mindset because literally she had 23 closings. So business did not slow down. Now, the second, well, I'll ask this question. Actually, it's more of a statement. So we already know, here's the thing. People just said it, right? Sphere, social media, open houses, prospecting, expireds, use my smart plans, right? Right, to get you exactly, thank you, to get you thinking about lead generation. So all of you already know where business can come from. The challenge isn't knowing, it's choosing. It's executing and staying consistent. That's the challenge, right? Typically, what we do as agents is one, we don't make a choice. We don't say, this is what I'm focusing on. And we put all my energy into it. Usually it's, well, today I'll just do this, and maybe tomorrow I'll do this. We kind of wake up and we look at our computer and we just start clicking on things. We're like, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Anybody ever use the maybe tomorrow phrase? By the way, if you're not raising your hand, you're lying because I use the maybe tomorrow phrase. All right. Everybody uses the maybe tomorrow phrase. We just can't use it all the time because then we'll never do anything, right? Oops. So I want to do a little activity. I want to have, we're going to do an activity right now. And it's called Your Business is Closer Than You Think. So I'm going to put a timer on for 2 minutes. Well, let me actually set this. So only 2 minutes. That's it. Here we go. And I want you all to think of in 2 minutes, I'm going to put a timer on, how many places and or groups, so places or groups, can you think of where people already know you? Okay. So I'm putting the timer on. This question makes any questions on the question? Write down how many places or groups are out there where people already know you. So list all the things, right? So be specific with it. For example, do you go to the gym? Does anybody recognize you there? Are you part of any communities? Are you part of social media groups? Do you live in a neighborhood where there are people? You might not know everybody, but maybe they see you. It's just about 45 seconds. We're already a minute in, it's about 45 seconds more. Go ahead and write those down. Write down all the everything. By the way, it could also be you live with somebody who they are part of a group or a place that know you from the somebody. Yeah, 15 seconds. Oh, those people are already putting in the chat box. This is awesome. All right, if you're still writing a few things down, we've about 5 seconds left. Go ahead and still write them down. I'm going to go ahead and let's start sharing. Okay, so I'm going to read from the chat box first. We have here Community Club, My Neighborhood Block, some of your church groups. Stan, you said work if you're a dual career agent. Yeah, you got coworkers, right? Social media, including LinkedIn. You said church, neighborhood, family. Um, friends and their friends, right? So like I have a really good friend I hang out with once a week, and I know her friends because I know her, right? So we've like this connection. Love this. Gym, Home Depot. Yeah, if you frequent Home Depot, absolutely. Kids' school. What else? What are some other places people wrote down? You can come on off of mute. I want to get all these ideas out of your heads and into everybody's heads on here. So that way, because there's going to be another activity we're going to do in a second with this.
I was also going to say the neighborhood or the neighbors of the families I visit.
Yeah, the neighbors, the neighborhoods of the family you visit, absolutely. What about does anybody have any hobbies? Do you do anything? Do you, I don't know, are you do walking clubs or go, not to be weird, but do you hang out at a certain bar frequently? By frequently, maybe like once a month. I don't mean like every night. Um, do you, you know, play a sport, right? I know someone here said gym. Um, are you part of any alumni groups? Right? Someone here said kids' school, right? Because you got all the parents, and you're part of the PTA, you got like those things, right? I don't mean that these people have to know you personally, where you're hanging out and you're all like besties, right? I just mean like I go to start going to this new gym. Very excited about it, by the way. Ask me in about a month if I'm still going, please. So I started going to this new because I'm very good at starting a gym and then stopping. So I started going to this new gym and I'm going like 2, 3 days a week. And you go at the same time, you kind of see the same people. I don't know any of their names, but now we do this whole like, oh, hey, good morning, hey, right? You kind of do that whole like good morning thing to the same few people you see. Well, I don't know them yet, but I recognize them and they recognize me, so they're on my list, right? So I would put Jim on there, right? So out of everything you listed, out of everything you wrote down, would you say, so give like a little reaction thumbs up if you agree to this, would you say that you have at least 20 to 30 people out of all those groups that you can quickly like pick out and that you know them, they know you? Between all the things, 20, 30. Oh, I love all those reactions. Yes, reaction just makes him so much better. I don't know what Zoom would be without reactions. So here's the thing, right? We're going to go into what's called the lead generation menu, right? So that was called a brain rattler. That's what we just did just now. If you ever get stuck on who should I be talking to, who should I call, how do I find business, sit down, put a timer on for 2 minutes. If you can't find 2 minutes, we have bigger problems, right? And do a brain rattler and think outside the box. Okay. But now we're going to take this into the next activity, and this is called the lead generation menu. So I'm going to read off, I'm going to introduce you to what this menu looks like. And then from this, all of you are going to, as I'm reading this, I want all of you to think about, and after I'm done, I will copy and paste this into the chat box so you all have it. I want you all to think about which one on this menu is you. It might be two, but usually it's like we really fit into one. So where are you on this menu? Okay. So here's the menu. And by the way, the objective of this is to pick a lane, right? What we don't want to do as agents is we don't want to be jumping around. We don't want to try this for a week and try this for a day and try this for another week because it won't work. You have to pick 2, 3 things, no more than 3, because you can't master more than 3, 2, 3 things. Commit to it for at least 90 days. Now, if after 90 days you're like, I don't like it, right? There's a difference between, okay, I like it, I'm not seeing traction yet because it takes time, versus, oh my God, I can't stand that. Like me, I attempted door knocking once. I don't like it. I will never do it. I don't enjoy it. My really close friend, that's all he does. He door knocks 3 days a week. Been doing it since 2018, 3 days a week. And he finds a listing appointment every single week, by the way. Every week he gets a listing appointment, excuse me. Right? He loves it. Me, I tried it once. I will never do it again. I don't like it. Now I'll go with a group of people, like I'll take all of you, we'll go and we'll do it. I won't enjoy it, but I'll do it. Right? So if after 90 days you don't enjoy it, you replace it with something, then you give that 90 days. Okay, so I'm going to read these lanes and I want you to think which one is me. Okay, number one, people you know. Okay, so this means that you enjoy working with people you already know. It's easier for you to just reconnect with them, build relationships. This is your database, your sphere, your referrals, past coworkers, people you went to college or high school with, people you grew up with, you know, just people you know. Okay, that's lane one. Lane two, people you meet, open houses, networking, community events. Right? This is the lane people you meet. Okay. People you contact. Okay, so this is talking to strangers, right? So this is expired, for sale by owners, circle prospecting, which is kind of like farming a neighborhood, right? Going to the houses, whether it's calling or door knocking. People who find you. This is social media, videos, educational content, right? So this is putting yourself out there. And then there's people you pay to meet. Now, this one you only do if you're leading with revenue and you do have the financial means to do it. And this is literally paying for running ads, doing internet leads, things like that. Okay. So I want you to think about those. I'm going to put all these in the chat box. Give me 1 second. I want you to think
Lana,
about yeah,
I'm sorry, can I interrupt and just ask a question?
absolutely.
You said if you have the means to pay for ads and et cetera, what about, what is it, those lead companies, those lead generation companies? Would you recommend, if you have the funds, to go ahead and do that? Or would you recommend just exercising free, of course, other areas first?
So one, I will always recommend lead with revenue. There's way too much real estate out there for free than to pay for things. I
Mhm.
would also say, because I have been running ads since 2018 myself, and I will say that, well, I stopped for a while, but I will say this, if you are going to invest in something,
Mhm. Mhm.
number one, do your research, because 80, if not 90% of the places out there who are trying to sell you something
Mhm.
are absolutely beep. That's the word I'm going to
Okay.
use. Okay. They will promise you things. Trust me, I've tried them. They will promise you things. They'll do this, they'll do that. And you will not see rate of return at all. You might as well just take your money, just flush it down the toilet.
Mhm.
Okay. So, number one, do research. Number two, um, is anything you do, like, for example, like I run Facebook ads. I don't recommend that to a lot of people unless you truly focus on learning follow-up skills, because Facebook running internet lead ads, right, or Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, things like that, you see results of about 6 months down the road. So anybody who's getting into it saying, I want business now, you're not getting business now. Those ads pop about 4 to 6 months down the road, usually 6 months down the road. So again, I've seen a lot of people pour money into that, which they might as well just flush it down a toilet, because they start it, they get things, they don't follow up, and there's no success. Because again, the success comes in the follow up with those. So if a person's like, I don't like that follow up is not me right now, don't pay for it. Did that help?
Okay.
I don't know if that answered your
Thank
question.
you. Yeah, that really did help. Thanks so much.
Okay, awesome. And if you're ever wondering, like you do see something out there, you're kind of wondering it, I've tested a lot of things out there over the years. So you're more than welcome to shoot me a text, be like, hey, have you heard of this company? Hey, have you heard of that? If I've tried it or I've heard of it, I'll be honest with you. Okay. So I put these different lanes in the chat box. right? Now it's which one of these, right? What could you actually see yourself doing? Right? And you're not choosing this based on what you think somebody else wants to hear, or what you
Hey, Alon.
think. Oh, go ahead. I heard somebody. I
Oh,
thought I heard
I
somebody.
thought we were sharing, so
Oh, yes, please go ahead.
it's me.
Hi.
Yeah, so I was actually just gonna share. So I thought we were sharing options. So for me, I think you said pick one. The most natural for me is like two people I meet. But then I've actually been leaning into people who find me recently as well.
Love it. Okay, so I'm hearing the open houses, networking, community events, things like that, hosting events. And then I'm also hearing people who find you. So creating
Yeah.
content, putting yourself out there on social. Is that correct? Love it. Right. I
Yes.
see Brittany in here. You wrote social media, open houses, door knocking, right? So I want you all to look at this list and which one, or by the way, you can be more than two, right? You're not going to be all of them though, right? Typically a person who is like, I'm going to do open houses, my sphere, referrals, people I know are probably also not pouring into like strangers with expireds and for sale by owners, etc. People are like, I can't stand people I know. I don't like that was so when I first started in real estate, I don't like people I know. I mean, I like them. I like hanging out. I like having fun, but I didn't my first year I was like, I don't want to work with that because that was very uncomfortable for me. Um, I lost a lot of business. I made it way harder on myself, but you work with what, you work in your lane. So for me, it was for sale by owners and expireds. That was it. Give me a stranger on the phone all day long, right? Over a friend. Now I'm like, oh my God, give me my friends over anybody else because that's way easier, right? So you have to kind of, again, your lane. Okay, so if everybody take a minute. If you're in a place, now if you're driving, don't do this, but if you're in a place, you're able to throw in the chat box which lane or two lanes is you. Throw in the chat box. By the way, there's no wrong answers because it's you. All of these produce business. So what's your lane? Okay, I got people I know. Take a minute, throw in the chat box. Which one's you? Now, as you're putting that in the chat box, oh, here you go. People I know and meet, social media, open houses. Love this. Again, it's sticking with it, right? That's the key to this. You're all picking a lane right now to say, I am committing to this for a minimum of 90 days. You can add to it after 90 days, but you have to commit to this to actually do it, right? You can say, I love social media, but if you don't post content at least 3 times a week, you really don't love social media. Okay. If you're saying your people you know and your sphere, but you never tell anybody in your sphere that you're in real estate, that's probably not your lane. Or it is your lane, you just have to kind of rip off the band-aid, get uncomfortable for a minute. Nothing bad will happen, I promise, to do it. Right. Now, we're going to take this to the next step. Right. So, along with your lane, right, I kind of went into this. I'm going to go a little deeper into this. There are, I don't know, I'm going to say 4 types of people. Again, not good or bad. It's just, 4 types of 4 examples. It's probably more than 4, but in my head, I'm thinking 4 right now of, we'll call them types of agents, right? So I'm gonna give an example here. So for example, Agent A. Agent A loves people, hates social media, And so in that case, I would say, okay, agent A, you should be pouring into open houses and networking. By the way, when I say networking, I don't mean business networking. I just mean networking in general. Just where can you go to meet people? Like where can you put yourself out there to be in person, right? So agent A is the I. Now it doesn't mean that agent B hates people. Agent A loves people, meaning I want to be in person with people. Agent B, right, has just a huge local network. You're really involved in your community or kids or sports, or you're just involved in a lot of things. Or maybe you really want to be involved in a lot of things because you really enjoy that. Maybe you were in the past and life got in the way and you really want to get involved again. That's enjoyable to you, right? So agent B is all about the sphere and events. What can you do for events? Where can you meet people at events? How can you host events? What do those events look like? Right? Agent C is I'm super comfortable on camera and I love Instagram. Okay, that's not me. I am not agent C. I force myself to do it, but I'm not agent C, so I will never pick that one. Okay, so agent C is obviously social content and database, social content and database. And then agent D doesn't know many people locally, but isn't afraid of the phone, right? Like that was me, by the way. I didn't know many people locally. Everybody I know was out of state, which by the way, that's good too, because referrals. Everybody knew locally was a real estate agent already. And I didn't really want to talk to people I already knew. So, but again, not afraid of the phone. So open house is great because you're going to host an open house and then follow up with phone calls, right? Outbound prospecting, right? Calling the expired or for sale by owners or calling around a neighborhood, right? So thinking about, hold on, I'm going to share these in the chat box. So thinking about this, agent A, B, C, and D. You're probably two of them. By the way, everybody on here is probably two of these. Not all four, right? But you're probably all two of them. Now I think, which two are you? Or it could just be one. That's fine too. One or two. Who are you? Who are you as an agent? Who are you as a person? By the way, these are all fantastic. They're all great. It's you. By the way, based on your responses above, okay, yep, I was literally about to say Michelle Carter is probably an A based on her responses and get to know her, right? All right, we got an A and a B here. Yep. I saw some people above say social media, which means, are you comfortable on camera? Do you love Instagram? Are you good with that, right? If the answer is yes, then you're a C. If the answer is, well, no, but I want to be, then you can turn yourself into a C. You can teach yourself that, but you need to have another one in there. You need to have another lane because that's going to take you time to build that muscle and that habit. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, there isn't a best lead gen strategy, right? There's the best strategy for you that you will consistently execute. Does that make sense? It's not the best. Everybody's looking for some magic wand. Everybody's like, what is the one thing? I just talked to an agent literally right before this Zoom. I just talked to an agent who just passed her PSI. Everybody remember that day, right? Very exciting, right? She just passed. She's doing her research. She's thinking of joining, and she's asking questions. And she goes, "Okay, so like, how does an agent get business? Like, you talk to people, but however you want to talk to people, wherever you want to talk to people, however you want to connect with people. Is it through content? Is it through phone? Is it through in-person things? Is it through networking, right? Like for example, I'm sitting here right now at this beautiful facility. It's like like a hotel lobby area, but it overlooks a lakefront. It's like a great workspace if you want to like get out of your house but not go to an office. And there's one, two, I don't know, probably like 7 people in here. There's probably about 12 people in here earlier. And like I could see Michelle, and even if my best friend was here, who's not in real estate, but she should be, I can see her as like the most people person ever, probably talking to at least 2 people in this room. I've been here since 8:30 a.m. Haven't talked to a soul. And I don't plan to. It's not my comfort zone. By the way, Michelle, your facial expressions are fantastic. I love that. You're like making me laugh right now. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's finding, okay, if you're not going to do this, what will you do? And the key word is what will you commit to and stick with and not change? Knowing that every one of these things works, right? Any questions on that before we move on to kind of the next phase of this? No? Okay, yeah, thumbs up. Okay. So here's the thing, at the end of the day, your goal should never be to get a closing. I want all of you to throw that out the window right now. Your goal should not be, let me get a closing. That's the end result. You can't focus on end result. Right? Your goal needs to be, right? Closings are the lagging indicators. We need a leading indicator. We need the front end. So the goal is conversations and appointments. That's what it always has to come back to. It's either, and again, this depends on how your brain works, right? It's either I'm going to go into each day with, I'm going to talk to this many people. And I know what lane I'm in. I know where my sweet spot lies for me. So here's how I'm going to do that. Or it could be, so it could be a daily thing, or it's, I need one appointment this week. So where is that coming from on Monday? How can I do it on Monday? Okay, it didn't happen Monday. Let me wake up Tuesday. How am I finding it Tuesday? Where's that one coming from? Right? The goal needs to be either conversations daily or that just start it with one appointment a week. Now, once you start getting one appointment a week, you can up it to 2 appointments a week. You can up to 3 appointments a week, right? I went from 0, 0, 0, okay, big goose eggs when I first started, meaning every week was nothing, nothing, nothing. I know many of you are experiencing that. You're not alone. I went through it. 2, oh my God, I have this one appointment a week. I have one appointment a week. Now I have 2. Now I have 3. And all of a sudden it was 8 and 10. It was insane. I was like, ah, it jumped very quickly. But the focus is never closings. The focus is not even agreement signed. The focus is the leading indicator of what lane am I in? Am I doing it consistently? Is it on my calendar? Keywords, is it on my calendar? To hit either X number of conversations per day or that one appointment a week. So I don't think anybody in here is consistent at one just yet. Once you get consistency with one appointment a week, then you want to up it to 2 a week. Then obviously go from there, right? To whatever you want that to be. All right. If you're driving, think about this. For everybody not driving, get something you can actually write on right now. Whether it's taking notes in your phone, pen and paper, whatever that looks like, because you're about to build your 30-day lead gen plan. Now, some of you have already built this with your coach, so it might not have changed to where this is going to be really easy for you because you're going to be like, just, okay, let me write it down. You're recommitting to it by writing it down again. That's what's happening. You're recommitting to it. A lot of this is, I say practice makes permanent. Repeating things also makes permanent, right? We have to sometimes hear things over and over and over again to be like, oh, okay, it's kind of sticking now, right? It's sinking in. So you're going to, everybody on here is going to complete a sentence. For the next 30 days, my primary way of finding business will be blank. So fill in that blank for yourself. Again, for the next 30 days, my primary way of finding business will be blank. By the way, I'm going to share a document in the chat box with everybody in just a minute. Okay, reaction button. Did everybody write down something in the blank? Did anybody not write something in the blank and you're kind of stuck? You want to talk through it? You can come off mute, you throw in the chat. You can call me after if you don't want to do it now. Did everybody write something in the blank? Give them a little reaction. See a head nod. Okay, awesome. Got some reaction going. Okay, perfect. All right, people writing things in blank. Again, if you cannot fill that blank in because you're like, I have no idea, then call and tell us so we can actually help, right? You can reach out to me, reach out to your coach, but just say, hey, I don't know what I should put in this blank as my primary blank. And we'll walk through a whole lot of things till that one thing you're like, okay, I can do that. I will do that. Right? The key is I will do it. Right? So again, the first question, my next 30 days, my primary way of finding business will be blank. So you have that all filled in. The next blank to fill in. My secondary strategy is blank. Because we always need more than one. Okay, so we have our primary, and what's your secondary? And by the way, if you wrote open houses as one of them, that means you're actually going to, on Monday, proactively reach out to agents to land open houses for the weekend to actually do open houses. You can't say open houses is your primary if you're not going to do the work to find open houses to do. I know an agent who's been saying open house for 3 months, and they have hosted one open house in the last 3 months. That cannot be their primary then. Primary means you're doing open houses every weekend or at least 3 out of 4 weekends out of the month. Then that can be your primary. If you say social media as your primary, awesome. Are you posting at least 3 times a week? Preferably every day, but we can start with 3. If you're like, well, I post once a week, one time, that can't be your primary yet. Okay, we gotta rethink this, or we have to push ourselves. If you say, what are some other things people said? Door knocking. Are you going door knocking at least once a week? Preferably more, but let's just start with once a week. That's awesome, right? And doing 100 doors in that time. Right? If you're like, well, I knocked on 5, that can't be your primary. Well, I went door knocking once in the last quarter, that can't be your primary. Unless, again, you're going to recommit to it and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to this for 90 days and do it at least once a week, 100 doors. Right? All right. By the way, any questions, any thoughts on this? Come off mute, throw in the chat box. I'm here. Next, fill in the blank. Every week, I will blank. Right? So every week, I will host one open house. Every week, I will post a minimum of X times. Every week, I will talk to X number of people. Right? Every week, I will door knock 100 doors. every week I will call expireds 3 times a week. Okay, what is that weekly? Then the follow-up to that is every day I will. Now, when I say every day, I'm not talking about 7 days a week. You'll burn out. Don't do that. I've already talked agents off ledges with that one. We need a day for ourselves. Okay. Whatever that day is, one agent I know takes off Wednesdays and does real estate Wednesdays, one takes off Sundays, right? That's your business. So when I say every day, I'm talking about 5 out of 7 days, whatever those 5 days are. It could be like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, you can do more than that if you want to. Every day I will blank. Every day I will, like I believe Michelle has every day I will connect with 10 people. Okay. So every day I will connect with 10 people. Every day I will, if you're social media, every day I will post content to social media and connect with blank people, right? Or DM this many people. So what's your every day? And then the final blank is the number I will track is blank. Business owners know their numbers. You're all business owners now, right? Numbers tell a story. So the number I will track is, what is it? Is it how many conversations you're going to have per day? Is it appointments per week? Right? Is it DMs you send? What are you tracking? What do you start? There's a lot of things we need. Well, technically, there's only actually 3 things we actually have to track as agents, but conversations, appointments, agreements signed. Those are the 3 things as a business owner we should be tracking, right? But let's start with one thing. Let's just start with one thing, right? The number I'm going to start tracking is blank. Okay. So again, we have for the next 30 days, my primary way of finding business is blank. Secondary strategy, blank. Every week I will what? Every day you're going to do what? And then one number you're going to start tracking is what? I would love for somebody to share, you don't share all the blanks, but I would love for somebody to share 1 or 2.
All the blanks, but I would love for somebody to share 1 or 2. All the blanks.
So I'm tracking my numbers. I've been tracking them since I started the orientation of who I reached out to get my 50. And daily, Monday through Friday, I look at the training calendar to show up to help increase my knowledge base to build my business.
Love that. So you're tracking your numbers and you look at the training calendar weekly to build your knowledge because the agents with the skills, the agents doing the activities with the skills will win. Love it. Thank you for sharing. Let's hear from one more.
So I have all of my numbers. The only one I haven't placed in there is like every day I will. So for the next 30 days, primary way of finding business will be I put meeting people, so that's just open houses and community events. Secondary strategy is social media. Every week I'll host 1 open house and then post at least 4 times a week. I don't know what my everyday will is, and then I'm tracking conversations.
Love that. Thank you. Right now, make sure you have that somewhere where you see it every day. Like you need those words, you need those things like on your fridge, like on your bathroom mirror, right? Like somewhere where it's in your face. Right? Because here's the thing, in real estate, it is so easy to get sidetracked, right? There is shiny objects in real estate are a real thing. Right. So what will happen is, this is for everybody. What will happen is you'll attend a training from whoever, and they'll be talking about something you haven't heard, something new. You're like, ooh, I'm going to try that. And then the week later, you're going to attend something and you'll hear from somebody and you'll be like, oh my God, I haven't even thought about that. Let me do that. Right. And what happens with that is we now steer away from the consistency of what our main primary and secondary are, and we start pop-tarting. We're just like trying this, trying this, trying this, and we're wondering why we're not finding success. And the successes, and it's because you're not getting consistent with a routine, with a strategy. That's what breeds success. That's what leads to the success.
So Alana, while I have you on the line, like what would be a recommendation for my everyday role? Because I think like mine's is like a bit too generic. Because I was just thinking like, every day I can be committed to like completing like a business related activity. So like just growing in real estate. So whether that's skills and trainings, learning, getting into lead gen or something like that. But I feel like that's a bit broad. So based on, I guess, like the ones that I've shared, like what would you even recommend as an everyday activity?
What did you put for your weekly? Remind me again.
Every week I will host one open house and post at least 4 days a week.
Okay. So you kind of have a daily there, right? With posting 4 days a week. With hosting open houses, you're going to have follow-up needed because the success comes from follow-up.
Yeah.
And with posting things, you're going to have people commenting and, the trick with social media is to DM people back, to comment back, to engage, right? Because that changes the algorithm. Now you're showing up more. So it's not just about I'm posting and hoping, it's about I'm posting and I'm actually working the social media network. So it could be something around, I would recommend something around connecting.
Yeah, and when you said it out loud, because that is something I've been doing, it's like I just get on there and I just like, comment real quick, like heart stuff, every day, go through and look at stories and things like that. So maybe that's just like an activity, but I wouldn't want to put it as every day because I absolutely, found myself being like, oh, that feels like work, and I don't want to get on there today.
So yeah, so I recommend the daily be something around connections. Now, it doesn't have to be connections on social media every day. It might just be connections in general, where some of the week the connections are through social media and some of the week the connections are through follow-up and open houses.
Okay.
Right? But something around connections. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, if we don't have the follow-up and we're not connecting, we have no business. That's just how real estate works.
That's really helpful. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you for asking that.
Of course.
Okay. So here's the challenge. Now, I'm going to read this challenge to all of you. And it's going to be a 30-day challenge because there's a book out there and I'm totally forgetting the name of it. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, I'm going to have to look it up later, but it talks all about building habits, and it says anybody, like as a human, our brains are wired in certain ways, and anybody can do anything for 30 days. Like our brains allow us to commit to things for 30 days. When we think about 90 days and think about 6 months, think about a year, it's way too much. And we tend to not even do a week. But when we think about 30 days, like, okay, I can commit to going to the gym for 30 days. Not every day, like 3 days a week, but I can commit for 30 days. I can commit to eating less sugar for 30 days. By the way, I love sugar. So, right, I can commit to that for 30 days. Right? I can commit to, only drinking my wine on weekends, not weekdays, for 30 days. Right? So we can commit to our brains allow us to commit to things for 30 days. Don't think more than that. So I want you to think about everything we just walked through, what you wrote down. I want you to think what would happen to your business if you truly focused on the primary and secondary lead generation activities, right? The activities that produce the results consistently for the next 30 days without changing a strategy, without pivoting to something else, without getting sidetracked. You went full in for 30 days, almost like you take out like a printed calendar and hang it up. And like, I don't know if you did this when you were younger, but like younger, like 'cause I did this with my daughter, my parents did it with me, but like we put like stars in the calendar every time, like each day I did like my chores or something, right? So it was like you gave yourself like a star on the calendar for each day you did this. Now, again, we're not working 7 days a week. We do need to take a day off. So I'm not saying stars 7 days a week. But if you get 5 stars for an entire week, that means you committed to it. Okay. So you print out a calendar. It's 30 days. You can find it on Google, right? Check it off, mark it off, star it, put smiley faces, whatever you like to do. I like stars, especially if they're sparkly, right? Hang it up somewhere. And you actually say, okay, here's my primary and secondary lanes I'm focusing on. I'm going to stay consistent with this for 30 days, not changing in any way, and actually doing something with it every single day. And every day you think, oh, I don't think it's working, right? I want you to rethink that and say, it is working. You're going to see the results in 90 days. It is working. You're going to see it in 90 days. It is work. Yes, I got another star, meaning I'm closer to that 90-day mark. That's what happens, right? You do. Oh my God, Brittany Thomas, you have like the greatest reaction ever right now. It just make me so happy. So you're sitting there going, I have this thing and it is working. It is working. It is working. It is working. Because when you do that for 30 days, guess what's going to happen? It's going to work. It's going to work. And if after 30 days you come back and say it didn't work, my question to you is going to be, let's break this down a little bit. Let's get real talk. Okay. Let's hold on here. Did you truly do it every day, 5 days a week? Did you do like, did you play a lot and read emails and maybe only talk to one person a day? Because I'll be like, well, that's the reason, right? You truly didn't commit for 30 days. Like go all in 30 days, right? Um, so who's up for the challenge? I see one raised hand. Yes, yes, we got one person. Success. All right, we got 2 people. I got reaction, 2 people. All right, this is you. You're gonna actually, you know what? But yeah, I can find it right now. By the way, while I'm finding something to share in the chat box, I'm sharing something else in the chat box. It's literally 20 out of the box thinking ideas on ways to generate business that are like super, super fun. So if you're sitting there and you're still struggling with your primary and secondary, maybe one of these will get you thinking outside the box a little bit. So I just share that in the chat box. While you're all looking at that, let me pull up something right now. Give me 1 second. Let me see how fast I can find this. Oh, you're not. I am gonna see if this works. Give me 1 second here. Kind of a last minute thought I had, but I like it. So I'm gonna see if I can. All right. I have what I need, but I'm wanting to download this. How do I download this? You are not letting me download this, are you? Okay. What I was trying to do is download one of those blank 30-day calendars, but every site I've gone to just now, which have free printable ones, you have to like log into it to then download it. So guess what? I am sure you can just go to AI or ChatGPT and be like, create me a blank 30-day calendar I can download. Pull that up, print it out, put in your phone, whatever works for you. Get it in your face though. Hey. And sorry, my best friend literally just showed up. She's like, all right, let's go for a walk. It's nice outside. So put that in your face. I saw 4 thumbs up. on who's coming in for this challenge. I'm sure more of you are nodding your head. I just can't see you. Right? Probably like in your cube at work or something. And if you get stuck on this, you call and you reach out and you say, I'm stuck. I'm struggling. Help. Lean on fellow agents, coaches, all of us, me, to get you through this. This 30 days is going to be a game changer. And with this 30 days, it leads you into having the success before the end of the year that you all want. All right, we have about 1 minute. How's everybody feeling? Ready to go? Pumped up? So you're over there you're like, give me the boxing, give me this, like, let's go. I'm so pumped, I'm gonna put my gym clothes on and walk around the lake. That's what's happening in my life right now. And who knows, maybe I'll get uncomfortable and I'll talk to one person. God. By the way, it doesn't matter how many years you've been in real estate, there's still things we are uncomfortable with. All right. All right, everybody, have an amazing day. 30 days starts now. Do something today. Bye, everyone.